Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen. We're really getting into the digital tools now as we move from that traditional classroom to that digital classroom. One of the best tools that we have is one that we keep in our pocket at all times. And more than likely, when we go to sleep at night, sits right next to us. It's our cell phones. The thing about it is, a cell phone, by its nature, has a great microphone on it, both front and likely on the back as well. It also has cameras right here and right here. This is what we use in modern life to record what's going on around us. This is as much a part of us in modern life as some of our own family members are. And if we're trying to reach out to students, and we're trying to build a relationship with students, this is a great tool to bring them along on the journey. Let's think about this. Whether you signed up for a contract plan for your cell phone or you bought it outright, you paid really good money. So one of the best things about this is the pictures. I can take a picture of something that's near me, or I can turn around and I can be in the picture as we go through this. So taking pictures and figuring out what's in my environment and bringing it to my classroom is one step of the puzzle, because students aren't going to let us into their lives and into their homes and into their spaces unless we allow them into ours. So the camera is one of the great things that we can use. Now you say, well, I don't know that I could ever do that for my classroom. Here's my thing. I'm willing to bet that there's not less than 100 pictures of you or your family or the dog or the cat or whatever you find interesting on your phone right now. If you go to gallery, we can determine how many items are in your gallery, and you tell me if taking pictures is something you can do. Now you say, well, that's fine. I can take pictures, but I don't know how to share them. That's just as easy. What we can do is we can go to your gallery, regardless of whether you have an Android or an iPhone, and you simply click on the picture that you want to share, and you go to the sharing icon, and you can either, in all of these cameras, share it by email, by text message, or if you have social media, you can share it there. Or if you're a Google school, you can simply download the Google Drive app for your phone, which is a 1 or 2 click thing from either the Apple Store or the Play Store, and then you can share it right to your Google Drive. So everything that you take on this phone as a picture can go right to your Google Drive and be a part of your classroom. That's a great technology and a great piece of tool that we can use to bring our lives into our digital classroom. Now, let's talk about a second thing. I did this last night. I was watching YouTube on my phone before bed last night, and I came across a great video on volcanoes. And they talked about how volcanoes are rated on a logarithmic scale. Well, here's the thing. Logarithmic, I teach math. Very quickly, copied that link to that YouTube, dropped it in a document that I keep right here on my cell phone so that I could make sure that I include it in my class this year. Another one on time travel, talking about using the mass, velocity, and time in relation as a formula. And if the mass changes, then the time also would have to change to account for it, or the velocity would. It's algebra. But it's a video I found interesting, and while not every one of my students is going to find it interesting, there might be a few, but more importantly, it's something that I can show that in my life and in the things that entertain me, there are things that I come across that might be important to them as well, or interesting to them as well. So that's number 2. It's a great way to curate what you find in your world online, not just in your world as a camera. But let's take it to the next level. Remember that camera? You say, well, I take pictures all the time. Did you know this does video? Because all I have to do here is click the either video or little video camera, and now I'm taking a video. So I'm taking a video here, but I'm also taking a video here. Now, for those of you that can see in the screen, that's in portrait mode. Portrait mode is up and down. We don't really want to take videos in portrait mode. What we'd really rather do is take video in landscape mode. So make sure that your video is wide. So in this case, I can take another short video wide of me in that place or something else around me in that video. And again, how do I share that? Easy peasy. All I have to do, go to my gallery, click that share button, and say how I want to share it. This is really where that Google Drive comes in handy, because with that Google Drive, now we can use bigger files to go right up to the cloud that we can use in our classrooms. Okay, so let's step it up yet another notch. I have an item right here. It's a little thing I got for about $12 off Amazon. It just is a little arm, and this little arm has a suction cup on the bottom, but most importantly, it has a clamp to hold my cell phone. And now my cell phone can become a document camera, just like we talked about in the document camera section, or I can clip it on a desk, and now it's a handy dandy cameraman or webcam for me to talk to again help move my class from traditional to digital. And all of these accessories, which there are a bunch of, are easy to come by, and your cell phone is the key to doing all these things. One other thing, this probably doesn't apply to many people, but I'm going to be honest. I have an endoscope here. An endoscope is simply a camera that you can plug right into your cell phone, and it allows you to reach down into some pretty tiny spots. So if we're talking about mold growth, this is your baby. If you're talking about things in small places, or you want to get real close up into a component, you want to see something that's part of a larger system, there you go, an endoscope for your cell phone. Again, you don't really need one of those, but they exist. The thing about it is your cell phone allows you to do a lot of things that you wouldn't even think about, because you don't think about having a full computer in your pocket, especially one that is designed specifically to record video and record audio. So if your students can use their cell phone to retrieve your information in your digital classroom, there's no reason you can't use your cell phone to create content for your digital classroom. So don't mistake the greatest asset you have in your pocket. So we'll take a look at another tool. Document camera, or if you need,